Borussia Dortmund's Sancho-Haaland link-up is perhaps the best thing that has happened to the Bundesliga in the last decade. A flashy, technical, and agile British winger combined with an amazing Norwegian goal machine. It was perfect. They both went for promoting to different sides of Manchester, but one is now a Ballon d'Or contender and the other isn't even involved in training with the first team. Hi there folks, today we are gonna tell you how Jadon Sancho ruined his own career that was meant to be illustrious. One side of Jadon Sancho's spell at Borussia Dortmund saw him reaching 50 goals and 64 assists in 137 appearances. He was a young man who made his way into the first team at the age of 17 and became a fan's favorite at Signal Iduna Park. The other side of his run with the Hornets lies in discipline problems Jadon had back in Germany. You see, because of these problems, the Black and Yellows refused the idea of returning the Englishman in the winter. Firstly, even at Borussia, Sancho was constantly late for training or traveled somewhere for 2-3 days after the match. The main problem though, according to Dortmund's officials, was too little sleep Sancho was getting back then, spending nights on playing PlayStation. The club constantly tried to handle this problem, but Jadon continued to keep the 4-5 hours a day sleep schedule. Punctuality is not a quality Sancho can brag about. Once he returned too late from the international games and thus faced a 100,000 euros fine, a record for Dortmund's history. Besides, when the Borussia squad were staying at the hotel, Sancho was repeatedly late or sometimes didn't arrive at the team meetings at all. At some point, Edin Terzic, who was only Lucien Favre's assistant then, had to personally come to Sancho's room and bring him out to the whole team. All these factors resulted in Sancho completely failing his post-quarantine return. Jadon suffered from excess weight, and by the end of the 2019-20 season, he had only 3 goals, all of which were scored in the tie against outsiders of SC Paderborn 07. He also had delivered only 1 assist. The young Englishman kicked off the 2020-21 campaign with a 12 matches long goal drought in the Bundesliga. He managed to take the spotlight and shine only after Favre's sacking and the appointment of Terzic. Interestingly enough, even during the quarantine itself, Sancho was spotted at the barber, breaking the generally accepted rules. Of course, he also paid a substantial fine for his wrongdoing. The Athletic reports that Terzic deliberately put Sancho together with Haaland in the locker room, the dining room, the bus, etc. Thus, he wanted the Englishman to learn some lessons from the Norwegian for its professionalism. Terzic's plan worked, as the two performers eventually became good friends. As you know, Borussia Dortmund sold Sancho to Manchester United in the summer for 85 million euros. So far, his arrival marked one of the biggest transfer flops in the Red Devils' history. Jadon Sancho's move to Manchester United was meant to be the most celebrated for the club in the summer of 2021. The rookie was promised the legendary number 7, which previously belonged to Edinson Cavani, and guaranteed a place in the starting lineup. Later on, at the very end of the transfer window, Manchester United had the opportunity to return the team's icon Cristiano Ronaldo. As you might expect, the number 7 jersey was tied to the world football legend, while Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had to figure out how to combine all the team's stellar upfront potential on the pitch. Unfortunately, he didn't get any of his ideas to work. Apparently, Manchester United overestimated Sancho's level of maturity. In the eyes of club bosses, he seemed like a footballer who got adapted to life in another country and became a real star there at the age of 17. However, the reality was much different from the expectations. Sancho continued to be late for Manchester United's training. He still found himself stuck to a console, etc. But this time, what didn't prevent him from staying in good shape at 19 became a massive obstacle in maintaining good condition at 23. As it turned out, Sancho is also extremely bad at dealing with press and social media pressure. These can be evidenced by his behavior on Instagram. Jadon got off to a good start last season under Erik ten Hag, scoring 3 goals in 8 appearances. But then his performances took a nosedive. The guy lost his place in the starting lineup, and last October, he deactivated all his social media accounts for the first time. Sancho did the same almost immediately after the latest scandal. He first wrote a post denying Ten Hag's accusations of his poor display in training, then quickly deleted it. When lots of haters got him cornered in the comment section, Jadon deactivated all pages once again. A true professional should be ready for such moments and react to criticism with his on-pitch actions, not just through the power of ignorance. Jadon's reaction to the fact that he no longer even trains with the first team is actually quite surprising. The day after his scandal with Ten Hag, instead of solving the problem, the youngster boarded his jet and flew to the United States for a birthday party of the NBA star John Wall. For now, you have to understand that Ten Hag won't give Sancho a second chance, unless Jadon wants to take it himself. He needs to apologize to the coach and the team. That is all. Still, he doesn't want to accept he was wrong, even though Ten Hag has already helped the Englishman once. In November 2022, when the winger had his first fitness problems at Manchester United, Ten Hag had personally found him a fitness trainer whom the Dutch manager trusted and sent him to the Netherlands. Sancho wasn't even present at Man United's training camp in Spain during the 2022 World Cup break. Then the Red Devils head coach proved that he strongly believes in the prospect and is interested in his return to the elite level. He's all the way back. We know he's a magnificent player. I think consistently he can have a big impact, but he has to work hard. He's a brilliant footballer, and if he can invest in the right levels, he can be outstanding. Ten Hag said about Sancho at the end of last year. Things have changed since then. Ten Hag will not be looking for some special coaches to bring Jadon to his senses anymore. Sancho has to step up to the challenge himself. Otherwise, he won't have a future in this project. Some may claim that the Dutch manager overreacted on the matter, and in reality, Sancho is not that bad in training. But a clip that went viral on the internet in the summer proves Ten Hag's point. Sancho was lollygagging even during a normal push-up from the floor. The guy's former partner from the England national team squad, where Sancho hasn't been called since October 2021, got frankly surprised by the scandal surrounding Jadon. In particular, here's what former Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson said about him. "I know Jadon quite well, and I have always got on really well with Jadon. He's a really good guy. When he was with England, he trained well. He wanted to improve, and he listened. I've had chats with him one-on-one in terms of improving and getting better and in trying to help him. Press the like button if you also want Jadon to shine again and get back to the level he once was at Borussia." Frankly speaking, Sancho's career has reached a dead end. He tries to pretend nothing is happening while attending U17 squad fixture together with the club's other youngster, Kobbie Mainoo. But overall, the situation is rather complicated for this dude. Man United are unlikely to sack Ten Hag anytime soon, and it's no surprise to say that with this manager, Sancho clearly has no future at Man United. But who can take him now? There is no longer an option with Dortmund, and any Bundesliga outfit other than Bayern won't be able to handle his transfer. Needless to note, but Die Rotten definitely doesn't need Jadon at the moment. In September, already after having a dispute with Ten Hag, he had the opportunity to go to Saudi Arabia, where he was called by Al Ittifaq coach Steven Gerrard. Sancho ended up rejecting the offer. Last month, there were rumors about Barcelona's interest in a loan deal, but let's be honest, he's unlikely to join the Blaugrana camp. The most logical option for Sancho will be to take a loan to a Premier League club with a lower status. The loan deal only, since hardly anyone will agree to spend much money on a footballer with such a controversial background. Nevertheless, this could be Sancho's last chance to revive his career at the top level. If no progress is to be found, things will only get worse, and he'll be remembered as we now remember Alexander Pato. A very sad story indeed. That's all for today, folks. We hope you enjoyed this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Have a good day, and see you next time!